I think it's finally happening, something that all of us have been waiting for, and smartphones are finally becoming metallic again. We are checking out the OnePlus Nord 4, and this has a full metal body, which is rare nowadays. We saw phones in the past with metal casings, but this time around a full aluminium shell at the back with a little bit of glass sort of in the top area in the camera section, but a really smooth and sleek looking OnePlus device. Is this going to be worth your money? Let's talk about its specifications and features, and I'll also tell you about its performance and cameras. So let's quickly get started. The phone is also really sleek at just 8mm in terms of its thickness, and you can see it's rounded off. It's extremely comfortable to hold in your hand, and it weighs in at 200 grams approximately, which is also a really good sort of weight for the phone because of its metal body. It feels a little hefty, but not sort of weighty enough to make it uncomfortable. And like I said, rounded edges not only here, but chamfered off rounded corners for the back as well. Extremely comfortable, very ergonomic shape of the phone. It's also extremely well balanced, so it doesn't sort of wobble around in your hand. So really nicely done in terms of design. The phone is also IP65, so it is water resistant. It's not completely waterproof. It is only splash proof. You can use it in the rain, no problem. You have a USB port at the bottom, which does accept 100 watt of charging. It is USB 2.0, unfortunately, so that is a little bit of a letdown. Now on the back, you have two cameras. We've got a main camera, which is a 50 megapixel Sony LYT600 camera. And then you also have an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. The good thing is that the cameras are well aligned. So if you're popping in from ultra wide into regular, you'll get the cameras in symmetry, which is nice, which is a problem that OnePlus phones have faced in the past. On the front is a 16 megapixel camera, but we'll talk about the cameras in just a second. On the front is a 6.74 inch AMOLED display with what OnePlus calls Pro XDR. You do have a 1.5K resolution, about 450 pixels per inch, and upwards of 2000 nits of peak brightness as well. This display is also 120 Hz with a overclocked touch response, so it's extremely responsive as far as the display is concerned. The display also has good viewing angles and good natural brightness as well, typical brightness. Although the peak is only for 1% of the display, you will see typical brightness in the under 1000 range, which is good enough for this device, and you will also get good sunlight and outdoor visibility for this display as well. Viewing angles are excellent, and so are the colors on the display, which again makes this a really nice display for this device. It also sits flush, and bezels are also minimal. If you look around, only a little bit on the chin here and the forehead. The sides are almost negligible. So running everything is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, which is a fairly powerful chip. They've also done some interesting cooling on the inside, and you do have two variants, a 128GB and a 256GB. Now with the 128GB, you're getting UFS 3.1 storage, but if you get the 256GB variant, you get UFS 4 storage. So you might want to pick the higher variant if you do want that faster storage. You're also getting LPDDR5X RAM, and you do have RAM expansion up to 12GB on the device itself, which is virtual RAM. Benchmarks also reflect the same as you would expect from this chipset, almost 12 lakhs on Antutu, and also Geekbench for not only CPU but GPU gives the same result. Day-to-day usage and performance of the overall operating system, which is Oxygen OS 14.1 out of the box, is also really fast and responsive, and of course you can set the display to a higher frame rate to get an even smoother experience. What is also great is that it reflects in not only day-to-day usage, but also in gaming. You'll find that the phone manages to hold its own when gaming. You also have a really nice game booster mode, which works really well. Now let's talk about the cameras. Like mentioned, there is a primary 50 megapixel camera and a secondary 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. You will be taking pictures with the primary camera more. It has really good color reproduction, and it manages to handle light really well in our initial impressions. You will also find that the colors are nicely saturated and the contrast in the images is good. We took some initial samples and found the camera to be fast as well. There is a lag jumping between ultra wide and the regular mode, and while in video you'll not be able to switch between the camera lenses, which I think is a smart thing to do because they are considerably different lenses and they would cause the video to have a jitter. Image stabilization during video is great, but it's only available till 1080p, and this phone can record video in 4K at up to 60 frames per second, which is impressive. On the front, however, we are limited to 1080p only. Now let's check out some camera samples and also video samples for this phone. Now here is what the microphone of the new OnePlus Nord 4 sounds like. Here is a sample of what the microphone sounds like while using the inbuilt sound recorder. Here is a sample of what the microphone sounds like while on a call. Here is a quick speaker sample of the OnePlus Nord 4. Ash gray bezel over here, which is curved, gives you a roundish look. But then you can also go for this dark gray color. And then sort of over here, you can see there's a red dot that signifies... What is also great is that this phone has a large 5500 mAh battery. Despite its slim size, you also get 100 watts of charging and a charger included inside the box along with the cable, which makes it a really good package as far as battery life is concerned. They also have a new battery management engine, which improves overall battery efficiency and charging efficiency. So it will charge at a pace once it learns your charging schedule. It will charge in a way so that if you're, for example, charging at night, it will slow charge through the night and make sure that your phone charges to full in the usual time that you have it plugged in. So that's built in to improve battery life and longevity. This phone also has Wi-Fi 6 along with Bluetooth 5.4. This has dual nano SIMs as well, and it supports really fast data access. So overall, we are getting a metal body back, and originally metal bodies were abandoned because of 5G networks and they required a lot of antenna bands inside the phone. So plastic and glass bodies were chosen. But now I think what they've done is they've used this section for the antennas, and antenna technology is also improved and 5G technology is also improved. So now we are finally getting metal backs, which is awesome because these phones then become that much more durable as far as longevity of the outer casing is concerned. And then also this design is extremely comfortable to hold in the hand. It is IP65. You've got really good specifications on the inside with the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. And you have a really nice display with decent enough cameras. This does support Wildvine L1, so if you're streaming, all of that is also sorted out. So pretty good package. It's going to be priced under 30,000 rupees is what we expect. We'll have the latest price and links to buy the product linked in the description below. If you have any particular questions or queries about the phone, you can also drop them in the comment section below. And what are your thoughts on this device? And do you think it reminds you of the Pixel 1 and the Pixel 2? And would you buy this phone if you are looking for a phone in this price bracket? And if you are buying this phone, let us know in the comment section below as well. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Take care.